Welcome everyone to Heroscape here today with update 11. Like that new little action there. So we have another drop today, which is super exciting. It's going to be, I think, a unit that I think is gonna bring the entire collective together. The Ironclad Collective, I think, is gonna be this is the central figure. So yeah, let's jump right into it. All right, so we have the Ironlich Lord. First impressions, I'm just like, what? The concept art on this one is terrifying. I mean, first of all, just look at that face. That is grotesque. I mean, that dude is pleasuring in the pain and the suffering of whatever he is killing. So first off, there's that. Second off, he looks like he's got this massive cannon gun or something on his right arm, and he's got this gnarly claw on his left. And this dude is jacked. He's got, another initial first impression is just, I don't know how they're going to get him on a base. I think he's got to be big enough to, be imposing on the battlefield, which would make me think, okay, maybe he's on a large single base, kind of like the D&D ones. So like Master of the Hunt has those really large D&D ones, which I think, maybe by the posture of his legs he could, so maybe he's like really tall. Maybe the model itself is really tall, and then it fits on a large base like the D&D base. Because I just don't see how that's going to be on a double hex. It could. I guess it depends on the orientation of the feet again. If the feet are if two of them on the edges are kind of closer together, then maybe. But anyway, that's just, we don't need to worry about that. Anyway, I mean, just look at this guy. First off, I mean, you've got this back view, which is cool, so you can see those like pistons and engines. Oh gosh, they got little details. So transition point into legs, back and front are the same as this point, and below into legs. Okay, yeah, so I think they add these to help those that are designing the actual miniature. Back view, eye stack end, large lens, that's crazy. Eye stack back. Okay, mandibles are part of the head. Golly. Man, this is just so gnarly. Wow. Oh, it looks like, okay, this is cool. So it looks like this was an earlier rendition of the concept art. So it used to be kind of a fat guy. Almost like he just had the spider legs, but now it looks like they've added quite a bit more. Instead of a fat guy, he's a muscly, terrifying, grotesque dude, which I am A-okay with, because that looks awesome. Ooh, here's really good. Yeah, I like this. It's a little bit cleaner. It's a side view. And okay, this is a back view, but it's pretty clean there too as well. Oh, okay, yeah. So it looks like he's got some sort of canisters up top there. See those canisters? It looks like, yeah, they're injecting or maybe life force or something, but they're tubes into his back, and then it looks like they connect to his leg. No, I'm not sure. Oh, actually, they go down his spine. Okay, interesting. So probably don't read into that too much, but actually, now that I think about it, that matches what the post was. So they obviously have a post with information. I think this actually is going to come up because that talks about in the post some toxins. So I think that's the design feature on the mini. Okay, so crazy stuff. Let's read about him. Arachnophobia is a specific phobia brought about by the irrational fear of spiders. Thanatophobia is an intense fear of death or the dying process. Two horrific nightmares that go great together in hellish war zones of Valhalla. The Lich Lord commands massive battalions on behalf of its Valkyrie masters with an iron grip and the vicious neurotoxins of the Lich Lord's own wicked creation. These vile injections most times augment and enhance the awesome powers of the Ironclad Collective, but not all survive the violent effects of these venomous fluids. But sacrifices must be made for absolute victory. Okay, so I've got some theories here. That's, first off, awesome and super exciting because that does give us some insight into potential gameplay. So first off, I think it's significant that they mention hellish war zones of Valhalla. Probably nothing to really read into there other than we've never really referred to Valhalla battlefields as hellish war zones. But again, this is in the future, and so it's I think that's alluding to the fact that the landscape has changed, right? That maybe some of these locations that we're used to, some of these, maybe these lush and rich, territories, have now become hellish war zones. So I think we're going to see a large shift in just the environment and the physical boundaries as well on Valhalla. The Lich Lord commands a massive battalions. Now, to me, massive battalions can only mean one thing: common squads. So, I mean, because if you look at what we've got so far, we've for the Iron Collective, we've gotten unique squads, a couple horrifying unique units, but battalions, massive battalions, can really only mean common squads. So I imagine this is going to be similar to the Morrow in the sense that you have some really powerful, strong central heroes, and then you have a ton of cheap or kind of soldier units that are just there to go and swarm the battlefield. At least that's my impression. On behalf of its Valkyrie Masters, so that's also something to look into. Wouldn't it just say Valkyrie Master if it was just, say, Valkyrie, if they followed just Valkyrie? So a couple things that could allude to the fact that there are two or more, or more than one Valkyrie per general. So you might have, I mean, we've only ever referred to the Valkyrie as, well, actually that could make sense because you have multiple Valkyrie, but only one general. So I guess it's possible that you could have like a sub-general or a general that reports to Valkyrie or Utgar, and interesting. So yeah, maybe there's some sort of like two generals or two Valkyrie. Yeah, I don't know. Well, the other option is if somehow they follow a different general. So like maybe some of them follow Valkyrie, maybe some of them follow Utgar. The other thing that is something to consider, maybe Jandar over the course of the war has opened his book a little bit to some hellish creatures, because it's also possible that over the course of the war, it's if your enemy is using horrible tactics to win the war, and you can't keep the front line going because of you only want honorary and strong and valiant heroes. Maybe Jandar's a little tainted, or Ular, one of these Valkyrie generals, and they've summoned some of these guys as well. Now I think that would be a little bit weird, to be honest. Personally, I'm not sure I would agree with that, but it could be. Okay, so Iron Grip and the vicious neurotoxin of the Lich Lord's own wicked creation. Okay, so that's definitely going to be an ability. Referring to as neurotoxins, these vile injections most times augment and enhance the awesome powers of Ironclad Collective. Okay, so clearly this is going to be some sort of aura, or you roll the d20 and kind of like Stinger Drain, where it has an effect during the turn. Then you might destroy your own person, right? Because it says, but not all survive the violent effects. That's also similar to the Havoc Eradicators, right? The Havoc Eradicators from the C3V would, shoot, and then they could keep shooting. and then they might blow themselves up. So very, we're used to this type of ability. I think we can expect, something similar to what we've seen in the past. So, okay, very cool. So this last update definitely gives us some things to think about, some theories to theorize about. I really like spiders. Spiders are awesome. So the fact that we get a Lich Lord is pretty dang cool. I guess the species wouldn't be arachnid, so he's not bonding with the he's the spiders. It would have to. My guess is it would be the new species that they've created. But class, my guess would just be Lord or Lich. Actually, that would be really cool if the class was Lord, because then that could, have this cross synergy pairing with the skeletons of Annihilation. But I mean, obviously that's not, classic Scape, that is a VC unit, but still that would be kind of interesting and fun. But I digress. In terms of classic stuff, I don't think it makes sense that they're going to bond with the spiders, the Fjord-like spiders. I just don't anticipate that happening. But I do see some, really cool army builds where this guy is, at the center of the army. He's kind of buffing everybody around him, and then they're just going crazy and blowing crap up. So this faction is going to be kind of ridiculous. They are throwing all the punches for unique and just very new and fresh designs. And I think that's so cool, right? It's so cool to see just new and fresh ideas. So as much as I do want to continue to see the old historical and throwback units, which again, I'm very positive they will, this new stuff is exciting to see. It's exciting to see where the designers are thinking of new things and coming up with new ideas. So keep up the good work. Stay tuned for more updates as they come and drop. And that'll be it for today. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time.